Alexi, thank you for having me. I really, it's been great catching up with you beforehand here, having a good conversation just a minute ago, and I'm excited to talk with you today.
Thank you. Let's go directly with questions. If you want, don't mind, and we start.
Sure. Yeah, so a little bit about me, like you said. My name is Nic DeAngelo. Our company is Saint Investment Group here, and we have been, this is my 20th, and look at that beautiful website you got in your background. The first thing I saw as soon as we were talking, I saw that website pulled up. I love it. But at Saint, we focus on fixed income investing.
25% of the 7 successful exits, 13.4 million distributed to investors. Amazing. And how you can see it, it's more than 206 million plus assets under management. So it's unbelievable.
We've and on our side, it's many years of working towards this and building the team. We have an incredible team. I'm celebrating 20 years in real estate myself. We built the team over that time. So where we're at today is we get to provide a lot of free content to amazing investors. And our investors are typically very successful people, entrepreneurs, real estate investors, a lot of property owners. We put out all free content on economics, on investment strategies throughout the market, which is what most people typically find us from, is putting that out from a lot of our free content and speaking events. So it's great to be with you. And we can drill down on anything. I'm excited for our conversation.
What is your superpower?
Super resourcefulness, because of the fact that, I tell my team this all the time. I say, I don't promise to be the smartest. I don't promise to be the best, but I do promise that we will find solutions better than anyone else. That's my guarantee. So with our team, we have an amazing, strong team. My side, my absolute superpower as CEO at Saint Investment Group, I'm not better than most of my team members at any one thing, but it's providing them with support and providing an A+ level 10 team where we're always finding the best talent. We're always finding the best people to add. So it's me being as resourceful as possible and making positive that our team is resourceful as possible. And then as far as tonight goes, it's wasting time. If someone wastes my time, or if someone's wasting time on their side, something that is the most difficult thing for me to deal with. And it's just because our time is so short on this earth, and we're trying to work hard, and we have a very fast-paced team, it's a very fast-paced market, so we got to move quickly. So that's the hardest thing for me to deal with, is anytime there's things that are not efficient or doing things that are not the highest value, those are always the things I'm focusing on. Highest value, the quickest, and being as resourceful as possible for myself and our team.
If you have to look to back, what one way people like to do business with you?
That's a great question. If you look backwards, you look in the rearview mirror for your partners, the best everything. If you want long-term partners, make them a lot of money and don't be greedy, right? So we have people we've been working with for 10, 15 years with very big dollar figures. And the reason we're still working with them today is we make them a lot of money, and we're very, very clear and upfront and open with them about what's going on. So they don't feel the need to be more involved with their money, with other people, or with their wealth advisor, etc. They work with Saint because we're telling them exactly what's going on. We're telling them what decisions we're making, and we're providing a big piece of the pie for them. So, our goal is never to be greedy, and our goal is always to be upfront about what can be expected, and we continually meet expectations because, at the end of the day, investors, they work hard, right? They're not full-time investors most often. When you're raising money for people, they're not full-time investors. They have lives. They have their own family. They love their children. They run their businesses or run what they need to do in their personal life. So if they are respectful enough to give you the opportunity to manage their money or invest their money into some real estate, for instance, then they want to know that what you say, your word, you're always going to stick to it. You're always going to communicate. So for us, it's communication. It's telling our people why we do things. It's having best-in-class reporting. That was something very early on. We wanted the best reporting. I mean, shoot, we do live Q&A webinars just for investors. So they can go and sit down and ask questions. So it's not only what's in the reports, which are great, but they get FaceTime with us. Because when you have a huge amount of investors, they want to know who you are and have a personal touch. So if you can provide white glove treatment, if you can show and demonstrate that you're not going to be greedy with their money and that they'll still make a great return and a great outsized return, then that's been our key for long-term relationship building and checking in, making sure they feel the relationship with you too.
What is most biggest value in your business? What it was, and how you learn from it as well.
The number one thing that I can share that's been the most successful for me in my life in every area. I consider my life to have three phases. One is health, one is wealth, and one is legacy. So health is all types of health: mental health, spiritual health, physical health, right? Wealth is passive income, net income, and your net worth. You got to make sure that your net worth is ongoing and it's growing. And then legacy to me is making the world a better place. It's my children. It's making sure that the very small amount we have on this earth, that I have on this earth, that I'm making the world a better place and leaving it better than I found it. So the number one thing to maximize those things in my life is focus. There's only one thing. It's focus. Because we don't have enough time to be unfocused. So every single day I go to the gym to maximize my health. I spend time with my children, at the end of the day to make sure I got my legacy, my personal health, my emotional health. And then as far as the wealth side goes, I'm at Saint 6 days a week. I work very hard, very focused. At any given time at Saint, each team has set initiatives with only a small number of tasks that they do. But those tasks probably are going to take 3 months, 90 days, right? So we're extremely focused. My life, extremely focused. When I want to learn something, I'm only learning that for months at a time, right? So I think a lot of people they do too many things, and it's a sad story a lot of times because they go too many directions instead of being able to focus all of their amazing talent and brains and efforts and energy to one thing and go way further. So if there's one thing that I would tell people as literally the key to everything that I've ever been successful at, it's being focused on exactly what matters and everything else is secondary.
Nic, if you had to do it all over again, would you do it differently? And why?
That's a great question. I would say if I had to do it all over again, I would do it the same. The only thing I would change, because I've made all the mistakes. We've done everything, we've done a lot of things wrong, but the thing that we always did right was always looking for the best opportunities and thinking bigger. So I always trying to think of the biggest opportunities that we could be before and the best team to put around that. If I could do it all over again, the only changes I would make in my life would be I'd probably be with my lady sooner. Her and I would have found each other earlier. That would have made life a lot better. And the second is I would have went way bigger on way bigger deals on a way bigger fund earlier. So it's just doing things bigger earlier because you can figure it out if you're going for that and you have the experience. I started real estate very young. I'm blessed that I was around people that were dear mentors, family, friends that I saw were very successful. I was 15. I'm 36 now. 15. I was 15 when I started in real estate, and I started marketing for people that were way beyond my skill set. They were way beyond what I could have been, but I basically marketed almost for free. So it was like free talent, a young kid who could update your marketing. And I just offered most of it almost for free. And then years later, they became partners and then investors. And, I made a lot of money with those friends and family years later. So I had great mentors. I was very, fortunate to be able to work with great people early on.
with 15 years, how you know it? Then you are must to be in real estate. You have some experience with real estate, or you see someone?
I was a construction worker at 15, so I built walls. And so I picked heavy blocks up, and then I put them on a wall, and then I walked over and I picked more blocks up and I put them on walls. So I was a mason at the age of 15, and that's a very, very difficult job. That's a very hard job. It's 11 hours a day of just picking up heavy stuff. So I was in my head all day thinking about how I could not do that job anymore and what to do better things and who was doing better than me and how they were doing it, and just thinking about this all day long. So what I did was look around at people that were very successful, that, were very smart, and what they were doing with their money. And consistently, almost across the board, the most successful people that had the highest streams of increasing passive income and increasing net worth were real estate investors. So at 15, I knew that these were the people I wanted to be around. And I knew that I knew some, marketing and some internet things that so I reached out to some friends and family that were real estate investors. They were owners of properties. And I just said, I'll do your leasing for you for free. I'll just do your marketing for you for very, very little. And just if I get leads for you for free, pretty much, if I get leads for your leasing, then pay me later, whatever you think is fair. And if I don't, then lose anything, right? And so eventually I started getting a lot better. I was posting on places, early Craigslist. This is how old it was. It was a very long time ago. Early Craigslist, early LoopNet, early Smith Guide. Some of these companies aren't even around or being used anymore. And what I found was that I was able to write good ad copy. I was able to post and support ads in different ways to get pretty good at it, to where they started seeing a lot of leads. Most of their leasing leads were coming from me after I was doing it for several years. So I learned a lot. I charged them nothing, and it was a free offer for them for their business with really no risk. So that's how I got into real estate, was basically bartering my way in, doing free. And I was just blessed to be around these people. That's how smart they were. And that's all I wanted to achieve, was to be close to them, eventually great money with them. And we did a lot of deals. But early on, it was all me giving just to try and be in close proximity to these that had great lives by real estate investing.
What is your definition of success for you?
It would be, it goes back to my definition of success goes back to wealth and legacy. So for health, it's that I want a long life, and the life on the planet is going to be filled with relationships and physical, where I'm not, hurting my body with, too much drinking, many other substances. So it's being very clean and working out regularly. For wealth, I have ridiculous goals, right? Like I want to be able to have a lot of money and a lot of income to do the things on the legacy side. I want to help my children. I want to be able to invest in the government in ways that I want to, so the government's doing the best stuff in the United States. I want to be able to support my church. I want to be able to support the causes that are important to, right? For me, education for entrepreneurs is huge. Research for cancer, those are the two things that are most. So if I could support those by making a lot of money and putting money behind causes that are important, those are the most important things. That's what I would consider a really successful life.
If you met yourself with 20 years old, what advice you can give him or be successful in what he needs to in focus?
I was a tough kid at 20 years old. So I don't know if I would have listened to myself, maybe had a chip on my shoulder. But if I met myself at 20, what I would tell myself, I might shake him really hard just to get his attention. But what I'd tell him is probably to stay the course and to learn this growth. That's the number one thing. Learn how to literally grow business at exponential growth levels. If you could do that and you can learn how to do that, there's a lot of upside opportunity for yourself and for your people and team that you could provide big opportunities for. So it is a skill set to grow a business. It is a skill set to grow a business. It's a skill set to grow a real estate portfolio. Most people don't know that skill set. It takes years to do that, but there are a lot of good books and resources out there for people that can do that over time. So, and they can learn that over time. I would tell myself to focus on business growth on the as far as it relates to business and success in the wealth arena.
Okay, and then in the end, how important legacy for you, and how you wanted reminded as well?
There's a few, there's a few aspects to legacy that stick out to me. There's legacy with just human general. My goal, honestly, is to share free information-wise. What we learn and what we build and what we find and what we find successful at Saint, we give free, truthfully. And it benefits us. The more people that make more money, then will trust Saint to invest, right? So we give away any business advice or any success or any advice that we on the way to be really, really high value. We just give it away. But part is that it feels good and it's very fulfilling to know, you bring humanity up by bringing the best things and the best ideas into the world and making sure that those ideas could be discussed and given back to people. As far as on the personal, huge on my family. I have a very big family. I have, 40, 50 cousins, Alexei. So big Italian family. My children are incredibly important. I want to give them all the education and all the opportunity without spoiling them. They got to work for it, right? So that's really it, is if I can give away, thinking about legacy, I can give away the information in my head for free for as many people as that could benefit. If I can give my kids a firsthand mentorship and anything that I've learned along the way, my dad has been an amazing friend and mentor to me over the years. So I want to do for my kids. And then, as far as making the world a better place, it's that you earn and what you are able to bring to the world money-wise, go places that make it the best. So if I can move two things forward, one is the entrepreneurial education of people, right? Our country, the U.S., an opportunity with a great, great, great background of entrepreneurials and just strong people that, started businesses, bootstrap businesses, and grew the backbone of the United States to entrepreneurs. So I can give more entrepreneurs more wind in their sails and more opportunity to better entrepreneurs with more education, ideally for free. Then that makes me really, and I'll know that that's a positive thing. And the other is eliminating certain health things. For me, cancer is the worst. It's the worst possible health condition people can deal with. Make a small contribution to that. That'd be a really good legacy I could be proud of.
What is most valuable piece of information you ever received from your mentor?
That's powerful. I would say the two most important that mentors have ever told me is to be incredibly unmovingly focused and know exactly what's most valuable while having a freedom outcome. So absolutely clarity. You know exactly what you want to achieve at all times. Clarity, so clear on what you want to achieve. Clarity of intent, freedom from outcome. So that knowing that the freedom from outcome, interesting. It's knowing that things are not going to go to plan. It's knowing that you are entitled to hard work, but you're not always entitled to the exact result that you want. But if you do work hard, the odds of all the great things happening increase. And that you can do is increase those, right? So I'd say clear intent, knowing exactly what you want to be doing, defining that really well, never taking your eye off exactly what you're going for, and then freedom of outcome, knowing that things are going to change and that you might in your heart change too along the way too, but all what you're going for and being able to be agile and being able to change plans as needed along the way as well. That was my mentors have shown me that in so many different ways. And I just see that more and more valuable and as a lesson that I think more people need to incorporate into their lives.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for being and meet with me in this podcast. It's unbelievable. And I hope so we need to do this part number 2. So And the last one, can you explain a little bit for the new investors how they can benefit for them also, this information and this investment?
Absolutely. This is the best thing that I can offer. Amazing audience. I know you have a big audience and a lot of great people that I can add them value immediately. The first is we give all of our information away for free. In-depth economic analysis. We give in-depth business research. We give in-depth investment strategies all the way for free at saintinvestment.com/resources. So at saintinvestment.com/resources, we repost all of our webinars. We post a lot of great material of us walking through in-depth, step-by-step tools that we use, how we invest, what assets we break down, the business and learn that we're going through at that period of time. So all that's for free at saintinvestment.com/resources. The second way that I can help your audience, we have a fixed income fund. Our fund pays between 12 to 14.28% returns. We send checks on a monthly basis so people can rely on this income to live their lives and invest and work hard in their companies and in their roles and in their jobs while making an extra stream of income. So if people want to learn more about that income fund that pays between 12 and 14.2% return, which is very high returns right now, they can find that information at saintinvestment.com.
And you invest in all US or you invest in other countries also?
We're looking at other countries in the future, but right now we're 100% focused on the United States today. We want foreign investors though.
So amazing. So now, ladies and gentlemen, so you have this big company here. So Nic DeAngelo, thank you for meet. Thank you for being here. And I wish you more customers for you in investments. And so I hope so you subscribe, share, and reach Nic DeAngelo in social media. So thank you.
Lexi, I had a great time. Thank you so much for having me on. Happy to meet with you anytime, and I look forward to keeping in touch.